Oh, bring it on, BBC. They've released the iPlayer for the Apple TV. Yes, they have. And so I have used my British account, and it has taken me to the Apple Store, and I have downloaded the iPlayer, and now I am going to find out if it works on my TV. Let's see. I have got Doctor Who Series 9, Episode 12, Hell Bent, up on the screen. We're going to hit the play button. And...
I do as they tell me in the street is safe.
Oh!
I never meant for anyone to get hurt.
Brilliant!
Let me be brave.
Is it a trap? Is it a torture chamber? If you were any part of Canada, you're not afraid. You understand nothing at all.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Makes every penny I spent on the new Apple TV worth it. All the aggravations, all the headaches, everything. Right there. Weekend recap. Yeah. So yesterday was our anniversary that we were 17 years. And I did get my wife an Apple Watch. That was her anniversary and Christmas present, and that's so I could send her my heartbeat on the watch, and because I don't have anybody else I can send my heartbeat to, and that has got to be the silliest thing that you can do with a watch. See, here it is. Bring it up, fingers on. And off my heartbeat goes to my wife, which she's sound asleep now, so that will wake her up and disturb her sleep. So it's a kind thing to do. So that was basically yesterday. We did some Christmas shopping, things like that. And today has just been sort of a Camp Quest business day, and I still have a couple things to do. But the big news, as I pointed out, was the BBC iPlayer came out. And of course, you know, it might be obvious we're not in England. There's ways around the iTunes store. I have legitimate accounts in other countries, and so I can get the iPlayer. And there are legitimate ways to beat the geo-blocking through a variety of, whether it's proxies or DNS proxies or a number of different things. Anyway, but it works and it's fantastic. And so I'll talk about the Apple TV. I've had it now for a few weeks. The 4th generation Apple TV. And I've been kind of saving it up. This isn't necessarily my official review, but I'll give you my rundown on it. I like it as a whole. It's not as reliable as the previous generation Apple TVs. I have to reboot it periodically. It frequently gets into problems when you're using AirPlay, and then sometimes AirPlay won't work, and if you reboot the Apple TV, AirPlay will work. Or a weird feature is if you display a video from a browser on your iPad, it briefly shows where the video came from, and then for the next 47 times that you look at other videos, that keeps popping up. So if, for example, you were looking at something that, say you were looking for Christmas presents and you brought up a video guide or something about something that you were looking at, and then the next time when you're sitting there with your family and you watch something and that pops up and it gives away the surprise, that is apparently just one of those little buggy things. I don't know why. The rebooting is a buggy thing. Now you have to download the apps that were native on there, so they're the province of the companies that make them: Hulu, Netflix, BBC iPlayer. And they're of varying quality. It's that simple. The Netflix app is not as good as the old Apple Netflix app. I don't know who developed the old Apple Netflix app, but the new one is not as good. Hulu is a bit more confusing. The design sense just isn't there. It doesn't remember the last thing you played correctly. Again, now we're blaming the app, not the delivery system. I think the delivery system is fantastic. It's if it doesn't dominate the world, I don't know why it doesn't, because now anything, any channel, anything can be put out there. And, you know, there are games. I showed you the Just Dance, which, you know, works with the controller, but it also works with iPhones, and it worked pretty well. There are some games, and I think the Apple remote is not the best game controller in the world, but it can be made to work. So I think some stability enhancements and more people writing apps for it. There seems to be a snowball and a better discovery. Nothing you haven't heard elsewhere. A better discovery mechanism for figuring out what apps to watch. And I think it's gonna. I'm sold. I wish it was a little cheaper. I like the price the old one had. It's a little bit more, but the price for getting a decent iPlayer implementation is more than enough for me. More than enough. So I guess that's really what I wanted. That's really what I wanted out of it was that, because our TV here sucks. Anyway, until next time, remember to like, but no, it's over here, right? Like, comment, and subscribe. It's much harder doing it that way. Just saying.